this thing up. Look at the 9 minute. Dang it, it does look like it wants to just consolidate, maybe push to the top side of this. God bless. We'll see. See if we get above the 200, and then we'll see what it does in this band. I definitely don't want it above 481, though. You're going to call it a day, Alfie? Glad you ended green no matter what. Have class soon. All right, Alfie, good to see you again. You have a great day. We will see you mañana. I'm riding my short. It's working better than the earlier short, that's for sure. We got some money to make up, so see what the stonk gods have in store for us. Nice. You're out also. Amaro, good stuff to D. Good stuff to do. All right, my friend. You have a great one. Don't chase. You couldn't be more right. But we're chasing the bags today, bro. We're chasing the bags. I want to retest that low. Can we get that low? Or are they going to range us, push us back up and retest the 200? I don't like it. You got it, baby boy. I'll see you. See you. Have a great day. Enjoy yourself. They're gonna send 1,000 Marines to the Middle East by the end of this week. We're attacking them to weaken their infrastructure further. That's basically what the strikes are. There you go. Come on, give it to us. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, there she goes. Now she's pushing. We're close to making up the losses off that first trade. Thank goodness for that. We're at that 4-hour support resistance at 404.75. All right, good. We're below it. We need to be below that. We need to be below that so that we get that door to open us up to 333. Looks like our friends across the pond are not buying this at all. They are not buying this market one bit. They are going for it. The Bears have shown up to play today. Let's go. Give us that elevator ride down. Just teleport this thing. Let's go. Oh, yes, please. Please. I didn't even set up my orbs for the day. We just jumped right into it. Yeah, because that orb is not correct. The orb is actually like way up here. You know what? While this is doing this, let's set up the orb level. Okay, it's not even there. Right there. And where's the top? Where's my orb? Oh, wait, that was the orb high. Ah. Okay, so orb high is at 24,526. And orb low is. I can get this thing. All right, perfect. We got it. Orb low is at 24,427. That will be your orb low. Woo! Bulls are trying. Oh man, this could make for an interesting lunch. The way this is kind of situated. Oh yeah, we gotta put this up. I'm gonna put the disclaimer up. All right, perfect. It's gotta put the disclaimer up, otherwise forget about it. Nice little trade right there. Cool little 450. Positive now for the day. Let's go. And then drop. Man, I just want this thing to continue selling during lunch. I don't even want it to stop. Can't stop, won't stop, my friend. Can't stop, won't stop. It really just depends on what New York wants. If they see the trend there and they see the weakness, they'll attack it. If they don't see it, they won't go for it. You know what I'm saying? It's unfortunately New York lunch is just pretty much black and white. You're either gonna see the trend kind of happening and it's gonna go, and then just be prepared for like midway through lunch, it's gonna freaking dump on us, and then otherwise it's just gonna consolidate in a tight like 20-point range. But like I said, on a good note, hey, you know what? We're gonna have some hopefully decent movement. One more move down and you're done for the day, right? I want to see if we can take out that 24,288. That's what I want. Oh man, that was a sick entry right there too. I love it when it's like that. It doesn't draw down very much and just goes on you, and you're just like, wee. Finally, man, needed a good trade. I hadn't had like a real good trade in a week or two. Truth be told, Justin, and been some mediocre trades, but we've been kind of choppy. And the midday is tough, man, to catch anything worth a dang. Getting more short signals on the NAS. Got like 15 minutes until New York lunch. You partaking in this short, Justin? You short in this market? You bearing down? Nice. Let's go. Oh my god. Hmm. Got a higher low. Hmm. I don't think they're gonna buy this. Woo. Oh, nice, breezy. Nice. I haven't been trading options because the volatility has just been so crazy. It hasn't been what I like. So, like for the time being, I'm steering clear of options. It's just too hard. You can't get a good trade. They've just been scalps, and I don't want to incur more risk than I already have. So until we get earnings season or something like that, or get rid of some of this news based baloney, I don't think I'm going to trade options. If not, I'm only going to trade them on Mondays because it feels like Monday is the good expansion day. You can almost count money on it. On a Monday, you're gonna catch a nice rep. You know, who do you win? You and some Qs, you and some IWNs, or what? Or XSP? XSP would have been good. You could have probably gotten some puts super cheap earlier. I bet you. I just don't like the way the XSP moves, though. The movement on it is crap. It's cheap and you can hold it so close, but man, I just hate that, you know, the volume on it is just terrible. And it almost doesn't even look like it moves, even if you pay for data on it. That's the other thing I hate. Need more cell signals on the NAS. Trade's working out pretty good. I want to see that next leg down though. We're gonna put us around here before we get that next fade. All right, good. Let's take a look at Bitcoin, see what Bitcoin is doing right now. Pretty much the same thing right now. Trying to catch a bid, but yeah, I don't think so. I'll put my stop below the or below. We got 3 by stop. There we go. We'll see. We'll see if she'll keep going. Mm. Oh, I'm trying, my friend. I'm trying. I want to see if we get this continuation, man. The Bulls stepping in for no good reason. Or should we take our profit, see if we get that pullback back into the 200 or the or blow, and then we take the short? We could do one of two. I just hate getting out of a good position, you know? I got a good entry on something. And especially, I want to go for continuation. I want to see this thing continue fading. Let's take a look at the heat map. I mean, there is a lot of green on the heat map. Dude, Hakanasi still has red candles, though. Okay. It's a good thing. Take a look at the dollar and see what the dollar's doing. Dollar's still holding up here at highs. Got morning highs going on right now. Jeez. Look at that 99,564 on the US dollar right now. I think we'll stick this out. Stick with it. This might even be an ad spot right there. Eight minutes away from New York lunch team. 8 minutes. Dang, this is not where I want to be either. I'd like to be further down because I don't want us to range in here and then have a risk of taking out my stop right here. You know what I'm saying? What are you in right now, Nacho? You shorting this? You longing this? Please don't tell me you're long. I don't need that bad juju. It's crazy though. Look at the 5 minute. The 5 minute is just like trying. They're trying to buy it. They know what's coming next. Let it go. We got the little bear flag right here. Let's see. Nah, man. I got in on the first one. Oh man. Okay. Shit. You got screwed on that long or on that short earlier. Chilling. Getting the day started over here. Right on. Right on. Good luck, man. Be safe out there in the bucket. That's right. Keep grinding. Yeah, I think I think with what I know now, I would have definitely probably considered going to be an electrician when I was younger. And I think I would have probably enjoyed it a little bit more than like getting into IT. Although, I mean, I love IT. IT is my, it's my thing. I love technology, so it's kind of hard for me to be like, you know, whatever. Hmm. Got 5 minutes till New York lunch. I'm hungry today, truth be told. Like I'm low key kind of hungry today. We having for lunch today? Anybody having anything good for lunch today? I'm freaking starving. Maybe I should get a bowl of cereal. A bowl of cereal would be nice. Oh, where are you going? Where are you going with this thing? Antonio, you know what? I think I'm gonna get out of this. Monster and chopped beef sticks, brother. Gross. Oh man, it's no bueno, bro. That doesn't even make me hungry. That makes me kind of like, I don't think I want that. Like, yeah, you know what? I know exactly what I don't want. Thanks, Nacho. Sorry, bro. Can't eat that kind of food, man. I'm too old for that. Too old for that, man. I can't eat that kind of junk food, man. I can't drink like I love Monster. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, I kind of dig the flavor of like Monster or like Red Bull. I do like Red Bull. And there's a Rockstar fruit punch. That stuff is delicious. That's like a little guilty pleasure of mine. Like I don't get it very often, but when I do, I like to get it. Anywho, yeah, I don't like to drink stimulants and stuff. I'm already like pretty high, naturally wired already. So yeah, no, stimulants just keep me up like way more than I need to. They don't help as much either. See, I should have sold it and then I could have been restacking the short. Damn. Should do that, right? We should just get out of this. And if it comes back, we can always just re-enter it. I want that continuation though. I don't want it to I don't want to re-enter and be jockeying for trade positions. I'm just gonna stick to my guns. Oh my god. Man, this is just crazy. We get that move, and then it just you don't get the continuation. You get that consolidation, and oh, we're gonna do this, or it's just terrible. Like being at this. Okay. I used to when I was younger, hang out with my buddies and stuff. But now that I'm old, not so much. Oh. Where's my cell signal that we usually get a decent move? God, man, I hate New York lunch. It's so boring this time of day. You know what I'm saying? There's not much to do. You guys want to take a look at anything else? You guys want to work on anything today? Been working on indicators like last week, right? Or yeah, last week we were working on indicators. That was kind of fun. What'd you guys think about that? Well, it's looking pretty good right now. You're silly, Nacho. You're funny. But it sounds like I'd want to hang out with you, my friend. Sounds like I want to hang out with you. Yeah, we might get into some trouble. I'm not gonna lie. Sorry, guys. Just we're already in this trade. We're just kind of managing our existing position. You know. So, man, I wish I would have taken that on my other account. That's not a bad trade right there. Oh, that's weird. Okay. Oh, I know what's wrong with this thing. We got the title wrong on it. We got to fix the title for for the YouTube stream. Oh man, well at least it didn't come on and stop me out. So I'm really happy about that. That is definitely a good thing. We didn't get to stop out. So thank you, Lord. Well man, it is getting boring here now. Oh, there we go. Now we're getting that sell. Getting more sell signals on the NAS. Trade's not working out too bad for us now. 6,632. Let's go to my excuse me. Go to my ES chart. No, you got a bullish order block. It looks like here on the 1 minute, you got to eat through. So you got a demand block here. So you got to munch through that. And then you should be able to get further below it. Looks like it's going to be a little difficult. But the NAS is all chilling through here. You got a bunch of buy order blocks. Yeah, how's it going, folks out there on the interwebs, out there on X? Looks like we've got about 24 viewers on X. How are you guys doing on X? I got chat open. If you guys have a question, want to take a look at a chart, feel free to ask. Love to take a look at one. Let's go through the midday news on what geopolitics and what other news is affecting the market. So, all right, here's your midday breakdown. So, if you've been watching the tape this morning, you already know how things are getting wild. We're seeing a massive risk on rally across the board today, and it's entirely headline driven. Trump has been hinting at serious progress in the Iran talks, which is immediately cooling off fears about supply chain disruptions in the Straits of Hormuz. Because of that, oil is absolutely pumping right now, and equities are catching a massive bid as geopolitical premium comes out of the market. Let's talk tickers. The Qs is leading the charge today and pushing past that 590 level and up over 1%. Big tech is waking up with Nvidia, AMD, and Tesla all squeezing higher. The SPY is right behind it, climbing up 659 and up about 1% on the session. But listen up. Before you go building, blindly mashing the buy button on 0DTE calls, you need to look at the structure. A lot of volume we're seeing looks like shorts covering, and there is a massive debate right now on whether this is a structural bottom or just some massive bull trap. And you can kind of see that kind of playing out through the lunchtime session. The bull that stepped in and went long in the morning, they're trapped unless they got stopped out. They're the only thing holding this market up right now, together with bubblegum. So look for the shorts or the longs to continue to cover and the selling to get aggressive, in my opinion. For the SPY, we defend that critical 640 support on the weekly chart, which is great for the bulls. But until we can cleanly break and hold above the downward resistance around 660, we are technically still just printing lower highs. Here's the playbook for the rest of the session. Well, 1 second, 1 second. Hey, Justin, good to see you.
What's up, Riz? How you doing, man?
Doing good, doing good. Just running through the news right now and stuff.
I feel like you got to do that every 10 minutes now.
You have to. We've been talking about, this being such a news driven market, and continues to play out on a day to day basis now, and really my consensus is still playing out. We're still smack dab in that range from Monday that Becky pointed out, and we're
Mhm.
consolidating, not making any real moves.
Yeah, absolutely. I was watching Mike trade this morning, and it was just that range, just hitting it. Every time it came down, just smacking it again. Finally broke to the downside a little bit, but it's having trouble getting that continuation, kind of as to be expected.
Well, I'm sure traders are just as on their hands in on their toes, just because they're trying to stay agile. They don't want to get trapped on one side of the trade if a piece of news drops and drastically turns the market in another direction. We heard that just a few days
Exactly.
ago. The war's over and the market rips. But not even a real
Hmm.
rip. It's just like, I mean, it was, don't get me wrong, it was good, but not like if it was a factual news event coming from like a big news provider, Fox News,
Exactly.
you know.
Yeah, it's not even real headlines. It's just somebody said something.
Yeah, because last week that the war being over that Trump said, to now, I mean, not a whole lot has changed. As a matter of fact, I mean, we're still attacking them, and now they're talking about putting 1,000 troops on the ground.
Yeah, and then you see an article about a ceasefire, and then 20 minutes later, there's a bomb reported. It's hard. It's hard to believe anything. Yeah, sounds like fake news. Agreed. Agreed. But
That's
I'm going into this afternoon very well on the trading day. Breezy and I hit some nice trades last night. Caught a trade with Mike
yeah,
this morning, and then I took profit on the short with you right before I hopped on. So great day trading wise overall.
nice.
I know
Damn,
some of
John.
these guys made some incredibly good money on gold last night while we were streaming.
Nice. Thanks, Nacho.
Absolutely killer entry on the short.
Yeah, my first entry on it, stunk. So I'm glad I got out and waited for it to pull back some more before I went after it.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm just curious if we can break that Friday's low on your chart at this point. Otherwise, it might just be a full hour of what we're used to during this lunch hour. It's tough because, like you said, we're right smack dab in the middle of that last news candle. No real long term bias at the moment. So just play what it gives you. Damn, Judge, you're up almost 2 grand of a day. Heck of a day. I love this short as long as we can stay under that like 380 to 400 range.
Mm-hmm.
Should be good.
Yeah, I don't want it to get above 377 or 380,
Yeah.
like you said. I wanted to stay
Mhm.
below so that we get the continuation. We're in New York lunch. Can they give us a little bit more of a fade?
Mhm. Absolutely.
Oddly, though, the options chain is tilted to the long side today.
Interesting.
At least on the IWN, it is. Let me look at the SPY.
I not want to be touching options right now, personally.
Yeah, I'm staying away from options just because I'm not getting the moves I normally like, and I'm having to pay a premium more than I like to.
Yeah, I'm sure the IV is juiced right now.
It's kind of mediocre right now.
Yeah.
Not as bad as the morning session, to be honest with you. So about average, like the normal session is. But yeah, like on the SPY, it does look like we are more tilted towards the downside somewhat. What about SPX? My Tesla selling, breaking lows. Probably see that translate into the NAS. Probably break that Friday low. That Friday low is at 24,333.
I'm almost thinking about re-entering with you at 380, but it's just play the top of this little range.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, I think it's worse when you're already in a trade because it's even more boring than when you're waiting for a trade.
Yeah, you're kind of just sitting there.
Yep. You're like,
I
doo-doo-doo.
mean, structure looks like it should go down. It's just a matter of if we can get out of this range.
Yeah, you just need
Everything's
the.
pointing to the downside to me.
Mm-hmm. Just need the lungs to cover, and this thing will teleport down.
Hmm. I mean, if we can close below like 330, 340, it should get a nice little drop. The only thing I'm worried about is if we get this drop, I just would hate to see it get bought back up in a second like it has been.
Yeah, that's the hazard to this thing.
Yeah, it seems like every time we sweep like a key area, you get that massive pullback before the next leg. But you got a lot of room with your stop, so you should be fine. What
I
was
think we
Mike
should
calling
be
it this
fine.
morning? Stop gains, not stop loss, stop gains.
Is
I was
that what
cracking
he's
up. He's like,
calling it?
we don't say stop loss here. That's negative thinking. I was cracking up.
Oh, you already know. Can't stop, won't stop.
A chance to mess around with TradeC last night. That
Yeah.
is such a cool platform. It has this
Are you digging it?
AI integration. You don't have to search for indicators or anything. I literally just typed in add VWAP to my chart, clicked enter, and then VWAP just magically appeared.
Wow.
Yeah, you can do so much cool stuff with it. Like I was messing around. I just said add 1 hour pivot points on there, drew some lines. Like it's insane what we're gonna be able to do with that platform.
Yeah, having those kind of tools are definitely cool, to be able to, apply indicators and just query something like that, a smart engine, and be like, why is this? And it just, apply it or explain it on the fly. Invaluable.
Exactly.
You don't have to pivot to another screen or another tab.
Well, and what's nice
Like,
too is I don't think you need to have like Trading View Premium to have multiple things on your chart. As far as I can tell, you can just keep adding stuff, subtracting stuff. It's really cool. And you know how on TradingView, if say you want to put an EMA on, there's a million indicators on there, and you got to find the right one, tweak the settings on this. It's so cool. You can just tell it exactly what you want. It spits it out.
mm,
You're gonna love messing around with it.
I'm looking forward to it. That's for sure. I'm looking forward to playing around with it. I think it's gonna be a fun tool.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, and people weren't kidding when they said it's basically like Project X but better. That's my experience so far.
Well, I can't wait to get my account.
Yeah, we should all have them. All of our coaches should have them very soon. We'll be able to show it off. I'll do some kind of tutorial on it too for everybody. Get everybody up to speed. It'll be cool to see what our traders do with it. There'll be a million different indicators and stuff on these charts soon.
Hey, that's the fun part about it,
Exactly.
I'll be back in just a second. Be right back.
Yeah, no worries. How's everybody in the chat room doing? Everybody green today? Are these indicators for Volumetrica? No, it is for TradeC. It's a new platform we just launched. So it's super cool. It's that 380 level that we're talking about. If we pump above 400, could just be a full retrace. So make sure you got your stops and profit if you're in with us. That's how I felt when I first started trading. You have all these lines, you do all this stuff, and then as soon as you click the button, it just rockets the other way, no matter what.
Welcome to this crazy market.
Mm-hmm.
That might be it. Might be done with the sell. Jeez, man, I tell
Yeah,
you.
but that 380 to 400 level came fast. Hopefully we can just tap 400 and get right back down to this range, or else yeah, it might be done. And then the day is just truly going to be a ranger.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not over yet. I mean, either way, that's what, like 60 points, 70 points.
Yeah.
We're up right
Yeah.
now. I mean, that's a hell of a trade inside of a range. Most people would kill for 60 points. I remember when I first started trading, I was happy with 5-10 points. I thought I was a genius.
It gets like that though, you know.
Oh, wow.
Oh wow. Okay, there's the
Okay.
volatility.
Yeah, wow.
Dang, almost
Volatility's
took me
back.
out.
That's crazy. I wonder if that was some news or just a pure price action.
Well, we are out of our trade. Hmm.
That was aggressive.
Yeah, that was aggressive. Like, what
Man,
was
as
that?
soon as we broke that, as soon as we broke that 380, like we said, just game over. Pretty wild. Yeah, I'm looking at the longer time frames, and it's just going back and forth and back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
There's no real structure. We are holding that bottom level, but it's a tough one today. Let me see if there's any news that came out. Iran reiterates that the strait won't return to its previous state. So someone from Iran is talking right now.
Yeah, well, they
But
were
they're not.
saying that they wanna retain control of the strait. So
Yeah, I
they're
saw that
not.
earlier.
Yeah, it's like a non-negotiable for them. So
Mhm.
yeah, reparations for damages that were incurred during the war. You know.
LT, everybody should have access to get a Tracy account soon, if not right now. I don't think you'll be able to switch, but you'll be able to, any new accounts you'll be able to use. I'm
Man,
just
that
paper
big
trading with it
old
right now, trying to learn it. And if bulls can hold this 400 area, I don't see any reason why we don't push out. Yeah, these daily candles are pretty gross, man. Especially yesterday. Yesterday, today, right now, too.
dollar's kind of starting to pull back some. Man, are you kidding me?
Last night and today. Yep. Whenever I see candles like that, I know we've been saying it, but it's protect your gains, take your gains when you see it, protect your capital. It just screams indecision to me, which makes sense with we're waiting on headlines.
That's a huge bid on Bitcoin right there to the upside. Crude oil holding up well though. Gonna re-enter that short. That took forever. Dang, Ja. Man, you're killing it, bro. Give you
Yeah,
my
save some money for the
login.
rest of us. Jeez.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him my login to my accounts. Be my
Two cons
algo.
only, two micros or two minis. I was gonna say that's crazy. Good stuff. Good stuff. Great gains.
5 points. Nice. That's all it takes. 5 points. You clip it. That's a good thing about Ninja Traders. You can set up at the money take profits and stuff. So as soon as you take your trade,
Mhm.
those targets just get put in. I remember that was the one thing I did like about Ninja Traders. Features like that. You don't have that stuff with TradingView. Not easily,
No,
at
definitely
least.
not.
Ah, I'm getting out of this.
It looks like we're gonna get a little upside movement here. That was worth a
Yeah, I
shot,
seen
though.
that. Yeah, I was hoping that we would hold under the 200, but doesn't look like it.
How much weight does a 200, in your opinion, hold when we're just like kind of going back and forth like this
You know,
compared to like
you
a trend
don't
day?
you don't get a lot of chopper on the 200. So if you're looking for, a better opportunity for like a scalp trade or, if you want to catch the big move, the 200 is kind of where it starts. And I
Right.
find that you can add a bunch of confluences like, like right now you've got all the EMAs wrapped under it. So, for me, I don't think you'll see the upside until the EMAs catch up and get above the 200. So really, these are just pullbacks, for the next leg down because you still have the EMAs down here. So, that's kind of how I play with them, and then especially like during the midday session, you need something that has the most amount of that's legitimate enough that you could trade off of it at this time of day, so you don't get chopped up as much, kind of focusing on the less is more, kind of strategy at this time of day.
Hmm. What do you have on there? You have VWAP to 200. What else is on there?
So, like on this chart right here, you're basically looking at this right here, this yellow line right here. That's the 200.
Okay.
There's a white gray line that's right here as well. That's VWAP. This is the 9 EMA right here, and this is the 26 right here.
Okay. I used to use the 9 and the 21 a lot. 26. I haven't heard that. But the nine is great for nice holds on scalps. Like short-term trend.
Definitely. Yeah, and then I've got them color coded so that, you know, you trade off of whatever color is on top. So like in this instance right here, you got the 9 above and it's red, so it means you should be in a short trade. Once the 26 crosses over, then you'll have the green above, which you can kind of see it here. If you go down to like the 1, you could see that now it's already crossed over, and that's where you
Yeah.
should be long on this now.
Right. Okay,
Just
there's a
ways
little
I've.
push.
Hmm.
Suples can do it. Anybody long right now? Anybody pivot when we kind of flipped our levels? 444 rug. Was that last night? I think didn't we get rugged at 444 last night?
I think we did.
Yeah. Then we finally broke through. Yeah, that's what it was. I remember I gave poor RQ a level to go long at and missed by 2 points.
Oh my God.
It was right at Asia Open. I said, "All right, here's our little lotto for Open." Literally missed it by 2 points and then ran 100. Oh, that's hilarious. That's funny. If you are long, I'm looking for 470 and then 500. Actually, 455, 470, 500. If it's going to go to the top of the range. If we can break 500 with conviction, we should get a nice. We should actually pump out of this area. I'll drop my levels in the chat just so you guys can see it. And those fibs I have drawn are just from the after hours news pump yesterday. So I'm kind of anticipating that's our daily range. It's funny, I closed charts yesterday, Riz, after about hour to watch Becky's lab.
Mm-hmm.
Looked back half an hour later and we were like 300 points up. I was like, what the hell is going on?
Insane, man. Did you have 3Gs already? You better call
Yeah,
it.
right?
Yeah, no kidding, man.
It's time for one of those bad boys, Jaja. You deserve it. You know what? A nice cold beer feels great after a nice winning day. Also feels great after a big losing day.
Yeah, sometimes a nice ice cold beer is just what the doctor ordered.
Yeah, exactly. Agreed. $3K, man. That's a hell of a day, though. Good job. Now, the hard part is actually stopping and not giving it back, no matter what you see.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are on Tradeovate, they have that nice lockout feature. I've been abusing it. One account hits my goal, boom, it's done till the next day. No questions asked. But that is why I like to keep multiple accounts.
Supposedly, right now, Iran has not officially denied the offer the U.S. has made for peace talks. So that there's a reporter reporting that he heard that from Iran leadership and stuff. So
Gotta love that. The more he said, she said stuff.
oh my God, I hate this rumor, hey, my homeboy's sister's cousin's brother's friend,
Right.
heard at lunch that, yeah, man, if I wanted that, I would trade crypto. You know, if I want that kind of,
Seriously.
I mean, if I want this kind of like baloney, I will trade crypto all day long. You know, if I want I don't watch soap operas. You know, I don't watch reality TV shows for that main reason. You know, I don't find them entertaining.
Yeah, sometimes it feels like we're trading an altcoin right now. We're like, all right, everything is bullish. Let's get in, and then boom, 200-point drop. Gotta love it. Just reminder to protect your cover your butt.
Yeah, it feels like, you know, nowadays you really have to have your ear to the news. You know, it's super important to have a decent news feed in your ear so you can hear what's being said or what's going around the intrawebs and stuff like that. 444 is tempting you. You ready to short that or what? It is, right? It's tempting to want to short this. It's looking at me right in the face. Short me, short me.
I'm having a tough time looking at shorts until we break some structure back below.
You know, I'm not even really looking for much. Maybe just a pullback to 404, you know, get it back under the orb
Yeah,
low, you know,
I got my
scalp it
eye
to
on that
that.
level. Yeah, like 404 to 410 is kind of. I want to see a pullback to there and see how we react.
Maybe we'll have some buyers step in there and carry us back up, make up some of this sell.
I mean, the VIX is at 26 almost right now too, so this makes sense.
Although the Dixie is still on its trend line to the upside, has not given it up. So it could bounce here. But you probably get that upside, it looks like, though. It's just a real question, you know, will we hold that orb low? Hmm.
All right, there's a little pullback. Let's see what happens.
Mhm.
Steve's repetitive is maybe better. Yeah, I've never even seen that honestly before him. Kind of cool.
Yeah, it looks like Steve's Rankos are all fired up to the upside. Get that pullback and then went for
Yeah, I mean,
it.
I'm still thinking we pump up, but it's just tough. You got to wait for the pullback that you think is not going to happen to get in. Would be my advice.
Ain't you right?
Every time I have an idea of where I want it to pull back, and I go, no way it can do that. Does it every time.
Uh huh.
But I'll tell you, these fibs from that news candle from after hours are holding insanely well. We've got about 15 minutes left in the lunch hour.
Mm-hmm.
The hourly candle is not showing me anything that it hasn't been doing all day. So that's always
Yep.
fun.
And we're right at my breakout spot too. This 24,440 was my breakout spot from this morning.
Yeah, I definitely see that. And then we got 4 hour. The 4 hours is barcoding too, but 4 hour resistance at 55. So if we can push through that zone, we should get a nice move.
Yep. And the trend is bullish on the time frames from the 1 all the way to the 30. So the only time frame that you onward that it's bearish is the 1 hour.
Yeah, I agree. They teased everybody with those shorts though. Big move, then we just based for an hour.
Yeah.
I don't usually play patterns too much, but pretty sure this is a cup and handle.
You know, the funny thing is on the 2 minute, it looked like we just worked our way out of a W, like a little W.
Yeah, yeah. I was looking at the 3 minute, kind of seeing the same thing.
The EBW right there, and we're just flagging out of it right now.
Mm-hmm. So definitely some multiple confluences that we are looking for a breakout. But again, until we get out of this choppy structure in the longer time frames, it's just gonna be more of the same. Especially with the dailies looking at it is. That's why you get these random 40-point moves out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm looking for bulls to hold that 404 to 410. You mentioned 404. I've got 410. We go down, wick back up off of that. Should be smooth sailing.
So is this the reload for the long? Let's try this. You say, Justin, or should we wait for a further pullback, see if we can get a retest of 404?
Uh, I'd be okay going in on a light position. I would not be going full size here though. I'd love to see that 404 to 410 level.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like the 410. That's a 26. I'll give you a nice little bounce spot.
Mm-hmm. And then my crossover to flip bearish would be about 380, somewhere down there. What about you guys out there? Are you looking at anything specific you want us to take a look at? Especially when we're just kind of watching the market move sideways. We are here to answer questions.
I don't know. That 5 minute looks gross right there, though.
Yeah, for the 5 kind of looks like a head and shoulders almost. Like it's forming. And that's the definition of choppy range trading, when a lot of the different time frames tell you different stories. So
Yeah.
here's
So
that
the.
area of interest. I'm personally not going to take this. I want to see how it reacts. I'm not too confident in it at the moment.
Mm-mm.
This is kind of what I call forward testing. It'd probably be a good idea to switch to paper for this if I wanted to take it, but just having my mental TP and stop loss and seeing if it works or not. This is where bulls need to step in if they're going to do it. So if you guys did happen to take the long down here, I put my stops 395, 400. But perfect bounce. Yep. Good to know. Good to know. Always nice to see analysis. Am I correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just scalped that bounce off the 200 right there. Went up
Oh,
to
you
like
took it.
9
Nice.
tons. Yeah, that's what I was doing. I stacked
I
into
was
it in
I
threes. So I was like three,
was
three,
too
three.
busy watching my chart. Good, good. Glad you got it, man. That's awesome.
Yeah. Took profit on 3 at 404, and then another set. Wait. Yeah, and then at 413.
Perfect. Now we just want to see a push past that like 440 level you mentioned, and then it's off to the races. I think 420, 440, 470 would be my PTs.
Yep. We got 7 minutes till the end of New York lunch. So let's see if we get a little rip here coming out of New York lunch.
Mm-hmm.
Looking pretty good so far. Moving my
Yeah, good stuff.
stop.
Good stuff. And I'm glad we were able to get at least a couple trades. The last week or so, we've just been sitting here watching.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, give us this nice little push out. Oh, there's TP, one of the TPs. Push it up, pump it up, guys.
That's right. You got to know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. I need that for my soundboard. I don't have that. I don't have pump it up.
Be a good one for the soundboard.
Yeah,
for
it
sure.
would.
There you go.
Oh man, you could hear that one?
Yeah.
I was looking for it.
All right. We're
I
right
can't
back in the
find it,
consolidation zone
Pump
again.
those numbers up. Those are
Freaking out. So if you guys are in, put your stop loss at like break even or just with whatever you're comfortable with, just in case. So we basically hit our resistance, and now want to see if bulls have enough juice to get us out of here right at the hour change. Yeah, if that 440 area goes, it could be we could run 20, 30 points quickly. But it's been a damn wall. Actually, over 440 is very, very wicky. I'm just looking at the 30-minute chart.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of liquidity up there.
Oh, we're gonna get that pump. And I found it. So now we got it. Oh man, we're gonna get stopped on this. Don't tell me that.
Yeah, I mean, I keep saying it, but it's tough to take these middle range trades without continuation. I don't like trimming too fast, but I mean, this is a take your money and run market for the most part.
Yep.
But you know what? I was able to make a couple $100 with you, so overall, it's a win.
Yeah. But we talked about the range earlier that, you know, most likely we'll end up in that range, and looks like that's kind of ringing true, you know, staying on the lower band of it. Unfortunately, we didn't really take out the lows, you know, or highs, you know.
Yeah,
But
I think it's going to take a true headline to get us out of here.
yeah, we could get that volatile move towards 444. You're right. I mean, we're kind of like, you know, we're all just coiled up for it. I mean, you could see that right here. Look at the two. Last 30 minutes just coiling up price. You can see it right here on the 15-minute. We're in a pretty small range, but on maybe less than 100 points.
Hmm.
It's gross. Not giving you any structure on this at all, but none of these moves are organic. This is all just
Yeah,
manipulated
they're just
price.
impulse moves, liquidity
Hmm.
impulse moves. That's all we're getting.
Yeah. Yeah. And then your algos that kick in just to, react.
Exactly. All right, here's our hourly change. See if we get something.
Yeah, maybe we can get that push up. Stop me out. Straight. There's like a trend line here that we're trying to break, though.
Jaja, you can't stop, man. Money
Switch
printer is on today for
accounts.
you.
Nice. Yeah, you gotta love that when you got the charts and you got a good read on them. That's when you want to just attack.
Well, you know what they call athletes when they're in their flow state? I believe it's real with charts too. You can't explain it, but you just know exactly what's going to happen sometimes.
Yep.
All right, Riz, I got some things I got to do. Enjoy your last hour of your session. Always a pleasure hanging out with you. Glad we made some money. And I'll be back on here tomorrow with you guys.
Most definitely. Thanks for hanging, Justin. We will see you tomorrow. I'll see you later this afternoon.
Yep, absolutely. See you, man.
See ya. All right. And if you guys didn't catch it, Makaram actually dropped in the chat yesterday our announcements that Trade C is live. So we've soft launched Trade C, a new platform from Rhythmic. That's right. So check it out on our dashboard. So we've got some cool features on that, built-in AI engine and trading coach. So there's that. Also, we've got our March Madness sale going on. So don't forget that. March Madness sale is going on. So that's 25% off all evals. So you're looking for a discount, we got that. If not, keep your ears peeled. We should have some other great sales going on. GG's, Ja. GG's. Man, so what are we gonna do now? They pushed us down, they brought us back up. I'm out, I'm in, I'm out, I'm side to side. I don't even know anymore. Or is this just a bull trap to send this thing lower? That's the only thing that gets me about this. The price action has been just so wicky lately. Yeah, that's one reason why I haven't really been trading the early Asia session. I've been kind of chilled out on it because I was getting whipsawed. I wasn't getting the normal moves. So I was like, all right, I'm going to just chill. They got my number. They got my number, you know. It's either that or I gotta have a big stop on it. And that's not my risk management. Some tomfoolery going on. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Look, they're gonna put that short back in play because that's what it looks like. Getting us under the EMAs here on the 3. Will we hold it? Will we hold the 404 this time, or are we gonna give it up? Looking kind of weak. But it looks like it wants to turn like on the 5. It looks like it wants to break down. It's already under the 200 now. Here, let's switch over to the 5 here on the chart so y'all can see what I'm seeing. See the EMAs already, they were crossing, but now they've already reconverged again. So now it looks like we're gonna get the sell now. Can we get the short? Let's go for the short. That would have been good right there. That's 33 bucks, 40. Let's take that. All right. Let's see if it pulls back on us some more. And don't tell me I should have held that. I'm gonna feel real dumb if I should have held that longer. Yeah, it looks like the trend is definitely all turned. Like all the time frames have already turned to the bearish side. I should have held onto that short. What did I get out at? 94. I got out right here. This is where I got out. Let's see if we pull back to 404 and I'll re-enter the short. I actually wouldn't mind getting. Oh no, we got it at 387. All right, let's try this now. There's the 4. Come on. It's a few points down. Give me another 30 bucks or so. Just a little scalp down. Come on. Come on. Come on. Get it back under there. All right, let's go. I'm gonna lower this. I'm gonna lower the sell. Put it down at 382. See if we can scalp that. It's at 25 bucks though, but I think we're gonna get lower though. Should I put my stop in just to protect it? So if I get stopped out, fuck it. No. We're just gonna let it go. Come on. Give me a little bit more. Give me a few more points. Come on. Do it. Do it. Do it. Come on. Come on. Give us that push. Stop it. Stop being shisty. Oh my God. I have to get out of this. Maybe I should I'll put my buy stop just in case. We're just trying to scalp this. So I'm not going to let this go against me. We get stopped, and we're out. We're still in this. Oh my God, come on. You were close to it. Come on. Keep dumping it. Let's go a little lower. Boom, and we're out. Hmm. We're out. Justin's right. Got to take those points. Can't let those points get away from us here. All right, let's see what's next now. That was a pretty good exit, man. 382. That wasn't bad. That's pretty solid right there. I wonder how much further they're going to take it, though. Will they give us that Friday low again? Or will we get the intraday low, which is down at 24,287? Let's see if we get a little bit of a pullback. Let's see if we get back to 404 again, and we'll short it again. So come on. Do something. Stay there. Give me that silly look like I got something wrong with me. Like I got something wrong with me. Oh my God. Maybe they're gonna buy this thing. I don't know. How far could they take it though? Could they be done with the sell? Let's stop. Let's reevaluate this. Let's see if anything might be materializing. Do we see a pattern though? Could this turn into something? What's up, Mr. Positive? How you doing, bro? Good afternoon. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a great day. All good. Awesome. Yeah, we've had a pretty good morning. We've gotten some decent scalps. Gotten stopped in the money a couple of times. Didn't take profit. Waiting for a bigger move to materialize. But you know the game. You know the game. Yep. Give a little, and hopefully you get a lot more than you give. So yeah, we're just kind of waiting now. Just had a short I was in, took profit on it. Probably should have flipped long right when I got my take profit. I should have probably put a sell or a buy. So I could have just flipped, went from the sell, went into the buy, and then I'd already be long and I'd be gelling. Got some decent moves today, better than yesterday. Yesterday I was a little like, yeah, day before yesterday, honestly, I didn't even want to trade, be honest. I think that's why we went over the tools and we went on the charts and we're working on indicators. I enjoyed that, to be honest with you guys. I really did enjoy working with AI, with you all, and building some indicators. I'd like to work on it more. Maybe we'll do that another day, maybe tomorrow or something. A day that we have a little bit more chop. Dang, Blask. Dude.
What's up,
Killing
Bruce?
it. What's up, Blasky? Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you.
Yeah, got a couple minutes here for my next meeting, but I hit my goal for the day, and I was like, let me just play off of I think it was like a 444 or something like that at 8, 9, 10, 11 at 11 a.m. And then I was like, let me just take that, go long off of it. Maybe we'll get. Then she flipped all the way negative, down 150 points or whatever, and I was like, oh. And so all those mini trades are just small little scalps to try to make all of it back, and then back at my goal, shut my trading off. I'm done for the day.
Nice. Congrats.
Yeah, not too bad. Just, I'm really fighting myself on greed. My goal is 200, 250 a day. And I want to make more. I want to make more, right? But, when you're spread out across a few accounts, it helps. Just that's my goal, 4K a month.
That's good. I like it. That's doable. That's all you need. It keeps the job away.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, I'm still in the background, but in between meetings and whatnot. So
So would you shoot for about $300 to $400 a day?
200, that's like my dead set goal, but I think I'm moving it to 250 now.
Cool. I like that. It's the key to success.
Yeah.
At least at the beginning, until you build up and you have until your war chest is that big, then you can start doing that, but you got to have a bigger war
Absolutely.
chest and be able to handle the losses.
Yeah. I want to ride more on like Mike's trades to practice holding things for longer. As you can tell, I put stop losses in really fast. So it doesn't really go much distance for me. But yeah, no, we call them stop gains or what we were calling them earlier. Maybe I'm frozen or something. But yeah, I'll stop gains. But yeah, I'll drop off myself. I don't know if you're talking, maybe it's my audio or something.
Definitely. Yeah, it's good talking to you as well.
Absolutely, my good sir. Stay safe, trading. What I've noticed even last night too, this market's moving in 100-point increments. Oh, shots, Steve. But if you start looking at it, right, we were up at like 520, dumped to 420. Then for 420, dumped to like 290. There's not a 100-point move, 110-point move. Then from 290 went all the way back up to the 30s, 330s, I think. And then, yeah, so it's kind of like moving at 100-point, like you see at 9, 10, 11, 12, 12, 20. Bottom of that was like 350. Where did it rip up to? 450. And then now 450 is the top of this little bit. And then we went down to 375. I don't know, kind of interesting. That's what I'm watching right now. Yeah. All right. GG's. Stay safe, stay smart. Hold it up,
You
everybody.
got it.
And the day on a green note. I don't know if there's any more news, but at this rate, every who knows? Anything could be news right now. Yeah. Cheers.
And what are we gonna do here now? Just like Blasky said, it's like 100-point ranges. We level to level. Probably that's why you're seeing like these 4-hour ranges working out so well. I mean, that's exactly what happened here. We played right within a 4-hour range of support and resistance to a T. Had a couple of breaks below it to where you could have taken that, probably to the long side to get back into it. You would have gotten a few points out of it. If not, just take the, long at the bottom and then, take take profit there at the top of the range, but probably trail your stop. But the bulls are starting to catch that bid again. Is this just a slight pullback, before we get the continuation? Looks like Steve's Renko's have already printed up a couple of candles to the upside. Get that fourth candle. So I don't know. I like that as a confluence. We're above here on the one. Oh lordy. Oh. Can we get that continued push? Man, I'm gonna need to get a standing desk. I'm getting tired of just sitting down all day. To be honest. Oh man. I am getting kind of tired of sitting down so much. Those articulating desks would be nice. You know that? I'm just kind of waiting right now. I kind of want to go for the long now, since on the 1 minute it looks like we're gonna close above the 200, or maybe we're not. But like I should have taken that long now. Instead of sitting here on the fence on it. Very meta is getting a boost. Yeah, there's that 26 pullback I should have gotten into. Let's see if we get a pullback into the or below. They're at 24.27. We'll put a buy limit there. We'll keep an eye on it and see if it'll give us a little bit of a pullback. Retest that and continue upward. I'm probably not going to catch up fill on this, you know that, truth be told. And there it goes. There's a lot of volatility right there on that candle. I want to see that pullback though. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I'm willing to be patient on this. Let it come back to me. Man, I just hit my limit with Claude again. Oh my God. Dude, I swear to God, I can't ask this guy anything. Since I started these projects I've been working on with them, I keep using all my data with it. Even my LMN with my LLM with Gemini. Like I have all these APIs it's been working on, and it like just puttered out like this morning. Like right now, I have no idea when it'll be free that I can talk to it again. It is so upsetting. That's a good idea. You know that? I hadn't thought about that. Yeah, I'm working on some different stuff. I think I'm going to move over to DeepSeek. I'm going to use DeepSeek 3. I found a provider that'll let me have access to yeah, I think I am. That's why, because I'm starting to, I'm starting to build more and more stuff, and I want something to do. I want to automate a lot of my processes. You know, that's honestly what I want to do. Dude, put her sell in there real quick. This might just get crazy. Oh, I don't want it to sell this. Some volatility, a lot of volatility, actually. We got a pretty good bid on it, but Lambo just fired off. I don't like that algo. I think always says that it's going to sell. We bearish or bullish this hour? Let me see. For the hour, we're bearish. So we're only bullish on the 5, the 15, and the 30-second. That's the only time frame that we're currently bullish. The 1 minute just turned bullish. But it's been like that though. The smaller time frames have been fighting. What's the long-term outlook? Like, what do you mean? Like for the rest of the afternoon or for the rest of the week? I mean, we got news events going on, so don't forget that. You know, you've got what? Housing. So tomorrow you got jobless claims. That's a big one. That's happening in the pre-market. So that's an hour before market open. So you've got that huge news going on. You got some Fed speakers. So basically you got jobless claims in the morning. That'll be really, really important. Everybody's looking at that. And then Friday, you've got what? You've got wholesale numbers, you got retail inventories, you got Michigan inflation numbers. I think that Michigan on Friday, that'll be important. So I think tomorrow, between job numbers and, Friday, you've got Michigan sentiment coming in. I think that'll be important. For the end of the day, I was leaning more bearish, to be honest with you, for the end of the day. I'll be honest. That was kind of the way I've been leaning, is bearish. The Bulls want to take it, but they just haven't been able to take it and really turn over the trend. So it really gives the brains to the Bears to step in and just bring it on their parade, if you will. We're kind of in a range though right now, so it's kind of like a you're close to where we could break out. That's the problem with where we're at right now. Is if this goes, it means you're going to have a volatile move to the upside, and that's the problem with where we're at right here. Is that all of a sudden you've got 448 right here, right? This is a big area of interest right here. That opens up 481 then, right? So you have all these massive levels, and then all of a sudden you got the quick jaunt to 526, and then you're off to the races again. You're heading to all-time highs. So that's the problem with where we're at right now. This is almost like reminiscent of the way it was like years from first term. We were like at these crazy all-time highs, and he would constantly screw up the trend because he didn't know what to say. He didn't know what to say to affect the market. So whatever would come out of his mouth, it would just affect the market with whatever, whether good or bad. So that was like the first term. And this year, it seems that the people that are advising him are keeping the reins on what to and not to say. So, or if he's going to say anything, affected in the manner that frames the mindset he has, or whoever his lobbyist is paying him to do it. It's probably more the right way. Although we do have some we're up for the day. We're up what, 1% for the day on the market. So I really don't think we're going to go anywhere. There's really no reason to, unless some other news comes out. Kill zero DTE, scalp the range at this point, and just hold your stops. I really don't have any expectation towards the latter half of the day, being that we're already green. I don't think we're going to make any substantial moves other than what we've already done. He is making the money though. You have to kind of look at it. The bankers and all those investors are in the White House daily. So they're sitting in there with them in the Oval Office. So whenever he's making his statements, he's already been coached by the people that this is all of interest to. So you have to realize that that's kind of like happening there. So, it's the same thing. It's the same thing that's always happened, except we just know about it now, and it's right there for everybody to see, what's happening. We just got to make sure that we're on the right side of the trade and we don't fight the trend, That's why I'm flip flop. I've flip flopped a bunch of times today. I don't think we'll go anywhere. Obviously, buyers have been in control of the market for the day. So it looks like a bullish day. So to deny that and to fight the trend is, to be ignorant. So, you have to stay on that side for the time being until the Bears show up and show their cards and show that they're going to take it away from the Bulls. Yeah, you never know. We might get some news that'll move the market, you know. I mean, overall, we look at the heat map, and the heat map looks good for us or something like that, you know. You'd have to look through the tickers and really start saying, well, you know, who might be that outlier that'll give us that, you know, mega FU candle to the upside, you know. You know, the dollar is selling. And let's go through the tickers. You got MBDA. So, you know, there is some room for Nvidia to reclaim to the upside. You know, you've got a few dollars to reclaim to get back to 181. You know, what else do we have? MSFT. So let's take a look at Microsoft, see what Microsoft is doing. You know, it's at the bottom of a bear flag, kind of dangerous. You know, if you want that upside push, you need the Mag 7 to not look like this. So, you know, take a look at Amazon, you know, riding a nice trend to the upside. You know, I heard Meta had some good news, right? They're going to cut some of their marketing division and stuff, so they're moving some of their staff out to bring in the AI agents in. So that might give you more of that upside push. Let's see, who else could we go to? Google or Apple? All right, let's take a look at Apple. Well, Apple usually has some volatility towards the latter half of the day. So let's see. Yeah. You know, Apple right now is in the middle of a bearish order block. So if you can slice through this, you should get a nice rip. Although the battle to get above 255 is going to be long and hard. So don't know if that will be in the cards for us. What else? Google. The Googliest of the oogliest, right? Is that the right? All right. Yeah, I got the right. Okay, bottom side of that, you know, channel as well. You know, it looks like it's on the bottom side of that bear flag as well. You know, can it get it back above VWAP? I don't like it being under VWAP. Looks weak, you know, more weak than strength to me. But we'll see. We'll see if any of these guys can give us what we want. Let's go back over to the Dixie. That's really what's got my eye. You know, between that, crude oil, you know, those are the guys right there I want to see giving the market the upside push. And it looks like we're holding. There we are, 44, 443 now, holding towards the upside. Um, 456, make a wish. There you go, brother. Profits. Wishing for profits. Nice healthy push there to the upside now. Got a long way to go to the orb high, though. Orb high for the session is at 24,526. So if you're looking for upside, that would be your upside target right there. Roger Dodger. It's a nice move to the upside. Hearing that Caroline Levitt is talking. Damn, things still won't work. Four four five 4.75. How does this work? No trades logged in manager today. Oh, okay. And now if I there it is. Yep. Ready to promote it. And don't forget, guys, we've got a great podcast that's available on the interwebs. You guys can catch that on everywhere that you enjoy catching your podcasts. That's right. You can go today to Spotify, YouTube, Radio 365, and you can hear our Skycast podcast. I'll be dropping that link in the chat below for those of you all. Yeah, and if you guys want to be on that show, stop in on Mondays because Monday during the midday show we actually record that. So if you got questions or want to come out, we're more than glad to bring any of you guys on our Skycast with us. So we'd love to have you all, and I'll make sure I drop that in the links below. Where is it? Link episode, and there it is. Navy Federal still making deposits on payday for shutdown affected employees. That's great. That's good to hear. I'm really glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that is actually working. It's people deserve to get paid. Nobody deserves to be out there working and not getting paid. That's jacked up. Oh yeah, they will get it back eventually. Oh lordy, 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 lordy. Now we're getting that sell. There's a nasty rejection off of that 481 mark. Man, all those bulls all stuck on that can. That is an ugly topping side candle, right? That's gross. What does a 10-minute look like? They're just gonna range this thing, man. They're not gonna let this thing do anything. Let's see how much further they stuff this thing. We're down here. Let's see if they take us down to 427. I kind of want to take the short on this. All right, there. Let's see if we'll hold that 4-hour support resistance. We've got 19 seconds on this 5-minute candle. All right, there's another $40 right there. Boom. Nice. Quick little scalp right there. I just don't know if it's going to hold and continue down. Just trying to scalp it though. Oh man, just to hold it a little bit longer. God bless. Ah. All right, so what are we going to do here? Will we hold this? Is this the good long spot now? Let's go for the long now. Let's see if we hold here. I just don't want us to fall under the 200 too much. Maybe I should have stayed in the short just to give back some of that money. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, I'm out of that. It's more than I want to lose. Got like 8 minutes till the top of the hour. Let's see how much lower we get. I'll reattempt a long, but I want to get a little bit lower. Oh, I'm gonna wait on this. It looks like the selling pressure is really, really, really kicking in now. I don't know if they'll buy this candle back. I think you'll have to wait another candle before they buy it. Still got like a minute and a half left on this 5. I'm gonna wait till the next 5-minute candle before I attempt a long. Oh man, maybe hesitation is gonna kill the cat again. All right, this is the next 5-minute candle. All right, let's try this now. There she is. Oh, come on. Come on, buy it up some. Come on, we want to get 440. I want to get to 440. That's kind of what I'm eyeing right now. I want to get to that. And I'm gonna put my stop at 390. That's what we're gonna go for. Holding up pretty good so far. Pretty decent trade. Okay. It's 422. 15-second, we're trying to push the orb low. There's the orb low, 427. So if you guys have been following, there's that orb low again. Can we get 440 though? Come on. Man, you were so close to that. I'll put my stop in the money. Already lost a few bucks on that last previous trade. I don't want to let this go red. Well, we get 573. 573. I mean, we could get 448, you know? You could get all the way up there. I mean, at this point, we're just kind of ranging, trying to see if we'll hold. Come on. Hold that orb low. Let's go. Come on, push it. There she goes. There she. Oh my God. There it is. Look at that. There's your 58 mark. There's your 573. No, we still got a ways to go to 573. Nice. I love it when they hit my profit target. Beautiful. Beautiful trade right there. Look at that with 2 minutes left till the top of the hour. Insane volatility pushing the candle up to the upside and hitting our profit target for the day. Another great trade. How's everybody's trading day been for the day? You guys been doing all right? Everybody green? Everybody mostly green? Jot. I want to see that. Get that out of here. Cut that out. Show off. Congrats, bro. Hey, the link to buy me a coffee is in the chat below. No, I'm just kidding. Some great trades though. Yeah, it's been a great day. You know, we've had some killer scalps. You know, we've had some mediocre losses, you know, manageable losses we've recovered from, but overall a good trading day. So hope you guys are still ready for the rest of the day, because believe it or not, the trading day is not over. You know, we got some fantastic coaches coming up here at the latter half of the day. We've got Coach Becky coming up. I think she's going to pop in a little late for the afternoon session. You made 45,000 between all accounts, evals funded and more evals. Wow. Congrats to you. That's pretty dang impressive, my friend. Yeah. That's some money right there. Get those payouts. I want to see you with our verified funded paid out roll. So I'm looking forward to seeing that on your profile icon. And let's see, do we have any announcements? No announcements, nothing. Yeah, let's support. No, it is there for you guys, you know. Oh, well, there you go. There you go. All you got to do is just post it inside the chat. You missed the move on gold. Did we miss the move on gold? Crude oil is starting to catch a bid. Slow grind. Oh yeah, man, that is a pretty massive candle to the upside. Like a full, yeah, man, like $10 to the upside. Insane. And it's already given it all up, bro. It's already given it all up. Could have went short when you mentioned it. Could have went short when you messaged it. Oh my God, disgusting. It's that candle that they catch buyers. People are there and they're like antsy, and then they're like, "Oh, it's ripping. I'm gonna go long," and they're like instantly like, you know, $200 drawdown. Sad. It's a hard emotion to get over, right? You're right. You're glad you didn't FOMO. Shh. Been there, done it. So you short it and you get that FOMO. You short it, man. You don't go you don't long that, man. You short it. Dang. Okay. I guess they said no to that. Stuff this thing. Not letting it go nowhere. So rangy. Now, you guys be safe today with your trades and stuff. Make sure you stick to those rules. Don't break your rules. Don't move your stops. Just take your profits. It's so difficult to know, which way the market's gonna go though. Well, we've been in this range since what? Coming out of New York lunch, 12:30, 11, yesterday morning. And we're back in that range that we've been in for a few days. Oh, welcome to the Stagecoach, Becky. How's it going? Good to see you.
Hi, it's good. How are you? How's everyone? What's up, team?
No, I'm good. I'm good. I think everybody's doing. We're managing. We're making it through the midday.
Yeah.
Grabbed a few
Yeah, it's still like
scalps.
okay. Nice. Today feels similar to yesterday, similar vibe, like this, a gap up, like market closed basically yesterday, and then like this back and forth business.
Yeah, the end of the day was terrible yesterday. Yeah, no, I'll agree to that. I closed up my
Yeah.
charts pretty early yesterday. As a matter of fact, that was actually nice.
Yeah. Nice.
But yeah, I mean, we're still doing exactly what you called out on Monday, which was trading within that big candles range on Monday.
Right. Yeah, oh gosh, when that day was closing, I was like, okay, this is a giant candle outsized, like driven by like